Auzubillahiminashaitanirrajim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum to all of you, my dear students. Today, our sixth class is English. We are going to read English in sixth class, a poem named Vocation. When the gong sounds 10 in the morning, and I walk to school by our lane, every day I meet the hooker, crying bangles, crystal bangles. There is nothing to hurry him on. There is no road. He must take no place. He must go to no time. When he must come home, I wished I were a hooker, spending my days in the road crying bangles, crystal bangles. When at the 4 in the afternoon I come back from school, I can see through the gate of the house the gardener digging the garden. He does what he likes with his spade. He soils his clothes with dust. Nobody takes him to task if he gets baked in the sun or gets wet. I wish I were a gardener, digging away at the garden with nobody to stop me from digging. Just it gets dark in the evening and my mother send me to bed. I can see through open window. Watch the watchman walking up and down. The lane is dark and lonely, and the street lamp stands like a giant with one red eye in its head. The watchman swings his lantern and walks with his shadow at his side and never once goes to bed in life. I wish I were a watchman walking the streets all night, chasing the shadow with my lantern. This is the poem. Now we see what the poem says. In this poem, the speaker is a school going child, a little boy who is going to school every day. He says, when the gong sounds 10, I walk to school by our lane. He says, when the school bell rings, it is 10 and I am going to school every day. I go to school through my lane where I live. Every day he meets the hooker crying bangles, crystal bangles. That means he meets the bangle seller. There is nothing to hurry him on. There is no road. He says he has no hurry to go anywhere. He says we are in hurry. We have to reach school. The little boy says we are in hurry because we have to go to school. The bangle seller or the hooker has no hurry. When he must come home, I wished I were a hooker, spending my days in the road, crying bangles, crystal bangles. The little boy says, or the speaker in the poem says, he wished that he were a hooker and spending his days on the road, crying bangles, crystal bangles. When at the 4 in the afternoon I come back from school, the speaker of the poem says, when it is 4 o'clock in the afternoon, he goes home back. Going to home, he saw through the gate a gardener digging the garden. He does what he likes with his spade. He soils his clothes with dust. Nobody takes him task if he gets baked in the sun or gets wet. I wish I were a gardener, digging away at the garden with nobody to stop him from digging. Just when it is evening, his mother called him, go to bed. He goes to bed, and through the window of his room, he saw a watchman walking up and down the street in the dark, lonely night. He has a lantern in his hand and swing the lantern and was going to the land from down up and down. The speaker wishes he wants to be a watchman walking the streets all night, chasing the shadows, etc. etc. That's all for today, my dear students. Thank you.